Hello everyone. In this video, I will walk you through the alert history feature that we have recently added and how you can use it best. Let's go look at some examples. Let me look at the metric based alert. This is the metric based alert. The condition is that okay, if the request rate by service name, some rate of the SigNoz calls total by service name is above the threshold 9.8 in the last 5 minutes, at least one send me an alert. This is very simple alert just for the demonstrative purposes. Let's go look at the history page. If you see the history page, at the top, there are three things: total triggered, average resolution time, and the top contributors. The total triggered indicates you how many times did this alert send a notification to you. And the average resolution times, each time when an alert is triggered, how long did it take to resolve? What's the average resolution time over the last selected duration time? The top contributor shows, okay, now we have set it the alert on per service basis, which alert is contributing the most in the last 6 hours. In this case, the service name route is responsible for the 10 alerts that were sent out of the 12 that were triggered in total. So these statistics are very helpful to get a big picture out of it. Okay, average resolution time is 7.7 minutes. Okay, what's the industry standard and how you are keeping up with it? You want this average resolution to be as low as possible because you want to instance to be resolved faster and leave a good experience to your end users. The total number of times that it should be triggering should also be lower. Like the number of times that alert trigger should be lower, and if it's triggering too frequently, it's going to be distracting the engineers who is on who have set this up alert. The top contributors is very helpful in the context. Okay, hey, this alert is triggering 12 times in the past hours. Which service or which set of group labels are the most responsible for this alert? If they are uniform, then it represents some different problem. But if they are skewed, that hey, one service is in particular is responsible for 10 out of 12, then it means that either the service is problematic and something needs to be done about it. Either it has to optimize, or something needs to be done, or some other service is making it happen, but or the condition is too sensitive that it is triggering an alert even though it should not be. So that's the overall, like, top level things that the alert history page provides to get a big picture out of it. And then we have a timeline. The timeline shows, okay, over a selected period of time, how is alert transitioning its states. Okay, so when did it start triggering, and then when did it resolve, how long was it in resolve state, and then when did it trigger again. In this case, if you see, it resolved at 4:15 and it continued to resolve it till 4:45, and then it started triggering and then resolving, triggering, resolving, and that pattern repeats. So one thing that this highlights is that it should not be like, you don't want to be in a condition where it's triggering, resolving, because that's a flappy behavior and you want to avoid getting notified that many times. So this overall status clearly highlights something about the issue. Either the alert condition is too sensitive for the for to be a one single alert. So you either have to create more granular alert, like in this case maybe you have to have a separate alert just for the route and combine everything else, or there may be an issue in the service route itself that you need to do something about it. And now below the tab overall status, there is a timeline table, and this table shows, okay, how is it state transition between the labels. Okay, between the label, like service name route. Okay, so if you see here, it triggered at 3:46 and then resolved at 4:15 and then triggered at 6:43, and it resolved at 6:48, so on and so forth. So this is indicating that, okay, so this is it is firing for very short time and then immediately resolving in like in a couple of minutes, which is, and getting notified for this kind of behavior is not something you want to be happen to your engineers, because that's going to distract their and decrease their productivity. So that's the kind of overall picture. And then It also, so the actions, so let me take you an alert that has more actions that you can say, I want to go back in the past and be able to see particular alert and what was the logs around it, and this alert history page also offers that. So let me go pick this alert. This is currently in not firing state, but let's look at the past history. So right now it is in resolve state, but there were instances in the, like there were events in the past that where it triggered. So in total last 6 hours it triggered 4 times. The average resolution time is 4 minutes, and the container name is hot rod. So that we have looked at the overall what this represent, and here the container name hot rod, right, and the overall state. This particular, either you can go from, like if you click on this, it shows you that, hey, show me the logs of this container when it in the last 6 hours, so that you will be able to get a what could be those alerts that were contributing to this. Or you can go back in specific time and say, hey, it triggered at 8:16 and I want to see the logs around this time only. So you can click on this and go you view logs. So in this case it's going to take you to the logs explorer with that container name set and with the time taken to you there. So in here you can see the logs of that particular container. So this is what it highlights, and if you go back to, like, again the alert history page, so that's all it offers right now. And what more coming is you will have right now. It only offers, like, if it's a log based alert, you can see logs, but in the log based alerts it does not really show you the other things. Okay, I know that this is a container name, and it does not, you could show me the resource users of that container, are the traces that container has produced. So that's not there, that we are planning to add. So this is the overall like the usability. And you want to be able to, so if you want to, if the top contributor only shows up when your alert has a group by. So let's just say you have a group by container name, only then we will be able to identify, okay, which container or which group of set of labels is contributing to this. So if you have a per instead of the per container based alerts, try to use alerts those that have the group by clause, so that you will be able to immediately identify which are contributing more.